All right, let's look at one more problem that can be asked in this particular section called triangle formulae. Remember, you only use the triangle formulae when you don't have a right angle triangle. Looking at this triangle, it's not a right angle triangle. Therefore, that's where triangle formulae comes in. Remember that we've got a triangle ABC is an isosceles. An isosceles triangle, it is important that your grade 8, grade 9 becomes a backup here. Once we talk about the isosceles triangle, you must know that the two adjacent sides are the same. In this case, you're even given their sides. AB is the same as BC. So this side is the same as this side. Remember, the side opposite this angle, we'll call it A omncane. Leli side la solibiza ngobani lona B omncane. This side opposite this angle, we'll call it C omncane. Right. This is what we have. And I can see here kusetshenziswa B abancane no A abancane. As I say that, ngiyabona konke engekho la. Yini engekho la? C omncane. We're required to prove that cos B is equal to that particular thing there. I'm not concerned about this because once I start thinking along these lines, I'll lose the gist of what I need to do here. Remember that I'm applying the sine rule or the cosine rule. Khumbula ukuthi sine rule inani? The sine rule is sine of an angle over the side opposite it is equal to sine. In other words, it's sine rule in no sine. Got the cosine rule in a cos somewhere. Now, when I look at this, this is what? This is cos. Direction that I can't use a sine rule and do a cos. So I'm likely to use the cosine rule there. Now, let's look at what we have. Okay, if this means cosine rule, it's a cosine rule. It's a cosine rule. This side is squared because I can see B squared there. This side is squared is equal to this side squared plus this side squared minus 2 of left side times left side cosine of that angle. That's what the sine rule, the cosine rule says. Let's write it down. This side is squared. In this case, it is B squared minus is equals to this side is squared, which is C squared, plus this side is squared, which is A squared, minus 2 of this side, which is C, times this side, which is A, cosine of the included angle. What is the included angle in this case? It is cosine of B. It is cos B. Right. This is the cosine rule. Let's look at this one. This is what we have. This is what we want to prove. We want to prove that this side, which is cos B, is equal to this side. What I see here, I see a B squared. I can see it there. I see a C squared. We don't have a C squared there. So we've got to find a way of killing these C's. But here we are told that these two are the same. Isosceles. It tells us that this side is the same as this side. Right. So it means that where there is A, I can push in C, or where there is C, I can push in A, depending on which ngifuna ukwenzani mina. In this case, I want to get rid of C. So it's cool, ngamfaka bani A, because these two are the same. Let's do just that. Uma senza njalo sizoba no B squared alingane instead of C squared la khona khona C sifaka bani thina A. So there's C here, sifaka bani thina A squared, simhlanganisa nomunye A squared minus 2, where there's C sifaka ubani A times another A cosine of B. That's what we have so far. At the moment, I'm not worried about what I want to get, but I have an eye on it. This is B squared is equals to A squared plus A squared. What does this give us? Akasinikeza A to the power 4, ngoba siya add or A squared oyedwa ngemhlanganiso nomunye A squared oyedwa, phuma A squared about 2. 2A squared minus 2. What is A squared times A? What is A times A? It gives us A squared cosine of B. That is what we have. Once we are in that state, let's look at what we need. We want to have cos B is equals to something. Do I have any cos B here? Yes, now cos B. Uhlangene no 2A squared. Futhi banjani? By negative. But the cos B is nayo lapha positive. How can we make this cos B abe positive? We've got to take this whole thing to this side and take this B that side. Manguletha ngalalo B uzoba negative as I see it there. Now, we take all this side. I will have 2 or positive now. A squared cos B is equals to, I write this 2A squared to corner ngapha, Subtract this b, masimangala zobo minus b squared. Right, this is what we have. Sifuna bantina. We're just looking for cosine of b, cos angle b. So how do we leave cos b yet? We divide everything by the coefficient of cos b. In this case, it is 2a squared. So we divide by 2a squared this side. We also divide here by 2a squared. We also divide here by 2a squared. As kwanza ngapha, we also do it on each and every term. Let's take this thing further. This will go with that one. We'll be left with cosine of b, this side, is equals to, we've got 2a squared divided by 2a squared. This will give us 1 minus b squared over 2a squared. Exactly what we wanted to get. So it is true that cos b is equals to 1 minus b squared all over 2a. Thank you.